the San Jose Sharks are dead. After finishing last season as the NHL's runner-up, the Sharks are out in the first round. Their exit comes at the hands of the Edmonton Oilers, who are making their first playoff appearance in over a decade. Maybe those factors made you underestimate the Oilers a little bit, but Edmonton sent San Jose packing in 6 games. Let's take a look at 5 factors that made the difference. One of the most glaring differences between these two teams heading into the series was the age gap. The Sharks are a team comprised of grizzled vets like Joe Thornton, Patrick Marleau, Joe Pavelski and Brent Burns, all aged 32 and older. The Oilers don't have a single player on their roster aged 32 or older. Instead, they're carried by young studs like Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl and Oscar Klefbom. Sometimes too much youth can hurt a team in the playoffs, but it seemed to work in Edmonton's favor in this series. The Oilers' young legs seemed to have a bit more energy and mileage in them than San Jose's, and that was a big advantage in a competitive series. Not only were the Sharks older, they were also significantly more banged up. Top-line center Joe Thornton missed the first 2 games in the series. Another key top 6 forward, Logan Couture, played in every game and contributed 3 points, but he may have been limited by a gruesome mouth injury suffered prior to the playoffs. Every team deals with injuries at this time of year and it was a competitive series regardless, but it's fair to wonder if this one would have went differently had the Sharks been a bit healthier up front. This was a surprisingly light series offensively from both sides and the Sharks actually outscored the Oilers 14-12 over the 6 games. However, those numbers are a bit skewed, as half of San Jose's goals came in one game, a 7-0 blowout in Game 4. That was a nice little statement win for the Sharks at the time, but it doesn't mean a whole lot when you score just 7 total goals in the other 5 games, 2 of which they were shut out in. Outside of that Game 4 shellacking, the Sharks' top 6 forwards accounted for just 3 goals. They relied on too heavily to come up short like that. Despite the Oilers kicking off the series with a somewhat deflating overtime loss at home, they seemed to have a lot of positive energy on their side. Not only did they head into postseason with a lot of positivity in the room, they went 13-1 from March until the end of the regular season, but they also had the benefit of one of the loudest and most energetic home ice atmospheres in the playoffs. After that disappointing Game 1 loss, they won the next 2 games at home. Home ice can definitely work to a team's advantage in the playoffs, and it's hard not to get up for the excitement that Edmonton's Orange Crush brought. The Oilers didn't exactly inspire offensively, as they scored just 12 goals throughout the 6 games against the Sharks. Considering they still won the series, they made each of those goals count. 4 of them came from Edmonton's special teams, 2 on the power play, 2 while shorthanded. That's 1/3 of their total offensive output generated from the specialty units. That's not to say the Oilers' power play was great, or even close to great. They still operated at just 12.5%, as opposed to the Sharks' 19.2%. This was a tight series and you can make the argument that the Sharks outplayed Edmonton through a majority of it, but the Oilers did a better job of picking their spots, seizing opportunity and capitalizing on it.